the human digestive system. And we are going to discuss the whole system as we go on. Okay, so let's start with gastrointestinal tract or the alimentary canal. Help me, what is the alimentary canal? Where does it start? It starts in the mouth. It moves all the way down and it ends at the sphincter that we find at the anus. And it includes the stomach, the small intestine, the large intestine, the rectum. That is our GI, gastrointestinal tract. When we look at the digestive system, it is the tract plus what? Plus what? The liver, the teeth, the liver, and the pancreas, the salivary glands, all the organs that add something to help in this process of digestion. Okay, let's see if we can continue. If we start in the mouth, I want you to now focus on two processes in the mouth, mechanical digestion and chemical digestion. So what will I do when I put something in my mouth? I will first start to chew. Chew means I'm taking that large piece of bread and break it into smaller pieces. Mechanical digestion. Yes? And then, while I am chewing, it will mix with what? With the saliva. Yes. Okay, so the teeth will break it up, and while I am chewing it, I have a new word there, mastication. Mastication is the mixing of the food with the saliva. Why? I need the food to be moist, otherwise I can't swallow it. But that mixing with the saliva also helps to mix it with amylase. That ball of food that forms when the tongue and the teeth are working with the food is called a bolus. And when I swallow, the bolus will push down, the tongue will push down the bolus into the pharynx. Okay. Right. Then the chemical digestion happens through the saliva, salivary amylase, and it starts to digest the starch. And starch will be digested into starch into starch into maltose. Now, the saliva is not only for digestion. The saliva acts also as a buffer to neutralize the acid. We eat sometimes food that is very acidic, and it will neutralize it to prevent tooth decay. You know, nowadays they sell chewing gum by saying it will prevent tooth decay. Two reasons. Did you see that? They are doing that. They say that there's only sweeteners, no sugar in the chewing gum, And the other thing is, they say it will prevent tooth decay because of no sugar, but also when you chew, you secrete saliva. And it is true that it will remove all the acids surrounding your teeth. Okay, that saliva that you are secreting is antibacterial. So it will kill the bacteria that is entering your mouth. What will a mum do when her little kid has a wound, an open wound? She will take some of her saliva and she will put it on the wound. Will it work? Yes. Why? Because it will kill bacteria that is surrounding a wound. Why does a wound get septic? Because of the bacteria that can enter now. So if you put some saliva on your wound, it will kill the bacteria from entering. Research is telling us that a mother that is looking at a child with an open wound has higher antiseptic function in her saliva than if you are not a female looking at an open wound. So actually, your mum can heal your wounds by putting up on it saliva. We also have dogs that is licking wounds. Yeah. And some people let the dog lick their wounds because a dog heals themselves through their saliva. Why can't they do your wound? They can, because the saliva is antiseptic. Okay, that is something that you didn't know now, or didn't think about. I think you know it. You just need to think about it. Okay, so I want to go back there and just emphasize again on this diagram. There you now can see the epiglottis. Can you see the epiglottis, the front part? So if you touch like this, you are close to your trachea. There. When you swallow, the tongue push the bolus, there you see the bolus, down pharynx, and now we want it to move into the esophagus. When we swallow, we have an esophageal sphincter that helps to press it down. But something needs to prevent the food going into the trachea, and that is the epiglottis. Cartilage flap closing off when we swallow. Okay, right. Okay, right. And there we have a short, okay, right. So this one we already looked at in the mouth, mechanical and chemical digestion. Food is chewed or masticated mechanically, and we have a bolus. Now we have the salivary glands, and we have 3 pairs of salivary glands. On top, there you can see the saliva is secreted into a tube and then into the mouth. And then we have 2 pairs under the tongue and under the jaw. Okay, right. And we already know it's a secretory cells. Salivary amylase we know. Mastication is the process of chewing. No, of chewing. And then we have our, okay, so yes, it is important that we know all the different names of our teeth. Grade 11, I want you to study that because you know teeth since I think grade 2 or 3. No, so I'm not going to waste time on giving you the names of the teeth. What I want to explain to you is our teeth formula. Yes? When we look at a formula, we start in the middle of the mouth, né? And we use half of the jaw. So if you start in the middle, up, you will have 2 incisors, you will have 1 canine, 2 premolars, and 3 molars. The same will happen at the bottom. Now this is the human teeth formula. If I give you a jaw of a goat, you will see that the teeth formula will differ. So all that you need to do is you will have to remember the teeth formula is incisor, canine, premolar and molar. And you will have to count. Nee. How much of each are there in half of the jaw? And that will give us 16 teeth per jaw and 32 in the mouth. Okay, so what I want you to go and study today is I want you to go and make me a drawing of a tooth, okay, correct scientific drawing, and I want you to go and read in your textbook why, what is the advantages and disadvantages of adding fluoride to drinking water. Okay, so your assignment is draw a tooth and why, what is the advantages and disadvantages of adding fluoride to drinking water. Okay, thank you.
This lesson is provided by Eduvision with the support of sponsors. This broadcast is made possible by the Capricorn Group.
Do you have a good claims history with a previous insurance history of at least 2 years? Are you a single financially independent woman or over the age of 55 but not a pensioner yet? Are you a professional? If yes, SMS cover to 555 and we will call you back to get you insured for less.
This lesson is provided by Eduvision with the support of sponsors.
We are going to test fat. To test if fats are present. If we have a solid, doesn't matter what we want to test, we first grind. So you can also grind, please. And then, Kari, I'm going to ask you a question. If we test carbohydrates, if we test proteins, if we have a solid, we first need to grind it. Okay. If it's solids, you grind it. Okay. If it's a liquid or a jelly-like, you don't have to grind. Now for proteins and carbohydrates, we added a bit of water. But for oil or fats, we do not have to add water. Because water does not dissolve the fats. No, that is why we need to add some sunlight liquid to our dishes. Otherwise, we can only use water. So I'm going to ask to just add a tiny, like a teaspoonful. You can estimate. Estimation is definitely a scientific method, just like a teaspoonful. And then, to test whether fats are present, we take a small sample of food, we grind it if it is a liquid, and then I want you to add, you grind it, and you add, and I want you to add ethanol to that. Okay, you can also drop your, okay, let's work here. Now, thank you. Thank you. Please add 10 ml of ethanol in the other two, that one, and add 10 ml of ethanol. And now we shake it because we want the fat that is now surrounding this part. We want to dissolve it. Okay. Now, what we do have a bit of a problem because now I have a few solid parts there. What can I do to remove the solid parts out of this ethanol? Sieve or filter paper. Can you bring us the filter paper and the decanting can also work, but the most secure way to make sure we have whatever we can extract there we can use, and please you can bring us another. So we can in order, you can just hold the filter paper please, and to make sure that we do not have residue leftovers, we pour it through filter paper, and now we have nice clean filtrate there at the bottom. Okay, so what we are going to do, we love to experiment. We are going to have some with the whole parts in it. Why am I doing it? If you don't have filter paper, they don't ask you to filtrate. You know, okay, I can just continue the test. Or perhaps you have filter paper and you don't know, why do I need filter paper? To make a cleaner filtrate. So, fats, grind, add ethanol. And this was oil. So, let's mix it a bit to have it dissolved. Okay, can you mix that? And what is in here? Only ethanol. Okay, right. So we have ethanol in it. And now, class, we just add, and you can do that. You can clean that one for us. Clean that. And now we add some water. So what I want you to do now is I want you now to add at least 10 ml of water. Right. And you also shake it gently. Come and help her to shake it gently. Okay. And you gently stir it. But what did you see happened now? Can you see we have now a white or milky layer on it? Oh, it doesn't matter. This was the ones that we put through the filter paper. There we have still the big parts there staying. Now, okay, but this is the fat test. Now, okay, you can shake it, please shake it. And here I had ethanol with only water, just to prove to you that when I add ethanol and water, it will not become milky. No, but the ethanol with the oily layer shows a real cloudy, milky layer. That is our ethanol test. Okay, if we want really to make sure that we see something, if we want to see a difference, we always use a white tile. No, a white tile at the back if we want to see the difference. Okay, right.
This lesson is provided by Eduvision with the support of sponsors.
stop coronavirus, let's follow the rules. We will survive. We will survive. Let not give up. Let all stand up. We will survive. We will survive. All together. We will survive. We will survive. Let not give up. Let all stand up. We will survive. We will survive. All together. We are living in strange time, where people don't shake hands anymore, where people are afraid to get close to each other, still sing as one another. Oh dear Lord, what do I hear? What do you hear? Corona has confused our life, making us fear one another, making so many our beloved one. What can I do? What can you do? What can I do? We will survive. We will survive. Let not give up. Let all stand up. We will survive. Africa, we will survive. Europa, all together. Asia, we will survive. Australia, we will survive. We will survive. Let not give up. Let all stand up. We will survive. We will survive. All together. There is a killer we never seen before, and we can stop coronavirus. Follow the rules, 1 meter from each other. Follow the rules, stay home to stay safe. Just follow the rules, wash your hands many times everywhere. Follow the rules. We will survive, we will survive, we will survive, we will survive. Let not give up, let all stand up, all stand up. We will survive, we will survive, we will survive. All together, we will survive, we will survive, we will survive. Let not give up, let all stand up. We will survive, we will survive, we will survive, we will survive. All together. Shout out to the brave medical staff fighting this pandemic.
dedicated to Mother Namibia, the founding father of the Namibian Revolution, Dr. Shafiquna Nujoma, the second former president, Dr. Hifikepunye Pohamba, and the patron of the Namibian National Liberation Veteran Association. The third president, Dr. Hage Geingob, the president of the Republic, and the founder of Harambee Prosperity Plan for Namibia. The First Lady, Meme Monica Denkos, and the veterans of the liberation struggle of Namibia, the sons and daughters of the soil. May God bless Namibia.